Greetings, fellow sojourners. At daybreak, as you ready yourself to seize the coming hours, pause first for a moment of reflection. This could be my final day on earth. Such a thought is not morbid. It is emancipating, for it unleashes a fiery motivation within, demanding that we live with unyielding purpose and integrity. The ancient Stoics knew this secret well. They made Memento Mori, the practice of remembering one's mortality, a keystone of their philosophy. Memento Mori dispels illusions, unmasks trivialities, and turns our gaze firmly to life's transcendent meaning. Marcus Aurelius, most eminent of the Stoic emperors, wrote, "Let death hang over every thought and action, then nothing petty will distract you." Epictetus urged his students, "Let silence and your continuous reflection on death be your theme." The Stoics did not view Memento Mori as a doctrine of fear or fatalism. For them, it was a profoundly liberating mindset, the path to maximizing each transient, radiant moment we are granted under the sun. Today, we will harness this ancient Stoic practice as our channel for unparalleled mental clarity and empowerment. We will examine Memento Mori's origins and relevance, and we will integrate its lessons into our daily lives to finally live with matchless intentionality. I invite you to begin this journey with me now, moment by moment. Let us walk the Stoic path of wisdom together. The power of Memento Mori, the practice of remembering one's own mortality, forms a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius called death a fact of experience. Epictetus urged students to say at every moment, "I could leave life right now." The Stoics understood that reflecting deeply on the inevitability of death eliminates the trivial worries and minor frustrations that distract us. Memento Mori turns our gaze to what truly matters. By remembering how fragile life is, we gain the motivation to live it fully with purpose and integrity. The Stoics teach us to harness the transformative power of Memento Mori. Now let us examine the origins of this practice in Stoic thought. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius show how the Stoics used the awareness of death not to induce fear, but to galvanize an unparalleled focus on virtue, wisdom, and service to humanity. Memento Mori means "remember you must die" in Latin. This Stoic practice involves reflecting deeply on the inevitability of death. For the Stoics, this was not meant to be morbid or fatalistic. Rather, it was a tool for achieving mental clarity and focus. The awareness of death removes illusions. It leads us to value each day we are alive. Marcus Aurelius said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Memento Mori makes us ask, if today was my last day, what would I prioritize? How would I want to spend it? The Stoics understood that our time is fleeting. Memento Mori removes the veil of immortality we often unconsciously assume. It brings the brevity of life into sharp focus. This perspective allows us to separate the trivial from the essential. With death hanging over us, pettiness and procrastination fade in relevance. Memento Mori creates a sense of urgency to live virtuously, to pursue excellence, to cherish others. Memento Mori was integral to the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. Aurelius frequently wrote about death in his meditations, urging himself to live with moral purpose in the face of mortality. He wrote, "Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." For Aurelius, awareness of death was a call to virtue. He exhorted himself to live justly and kindly, for his time was limited. Aurelius saw death as the great equalizer. It awaited emperor and slave alike. Reflecting on this, he concluded that fame, wealth, and status were meaningless in the face of mortality. Memento Mori led Aurelius to pursue virtue rather than material possessions. He focused on serving the Roman people rather than self-glorification. Meditating on death molded Aurelius into a humble, disciplined, and selfless leader. Memento Mori guided some of history's greatest Stoics. Aurelius shows us death's power to dispel vanity and sharpen one's sense of purpose. Awareness of mortality eliminates trivial concerns, focuses the mind, and inspires virtue. This is the transformative potential of Memento Mori. The Stoics did not view Memento Mori as a doctrine of morbidity or paralyzing fear. Rather, they saw awareness of death as profoundly liberating. Memento Mori untethers us from petty concerns and needless anxieties. It clears the mind of distractions and trivialities. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Mix this thought with everything. Death hangs over us." He urged himself to contemplate mortality constantly in all of life's mundane moments. This was not meant to induce existential dread. For the Stoics, it was a purity of focus. Remembering the fragility of life dispels illusions of immortality. Things that seemed urgent moments before, status, repute, petty grievances, suddenly diminish in the face of oblivion. Memento Mori lifts the veil to reveal life's impermanence. In doing so, it centers us firmly in the present, directing our energies only to what truly matters. The Stoics understood death's power to unravel life's distractions. Memento Mori makes the choice clear at every moment. Will I live for externals and ephemera, or for virtue, meaning, and self-mastery? Used properly, this tool led Stoics to live with matchless intentionality. For them, Memento Mori was not about fear, it was about freedom. The Stoics understood death, not as morbid fascination, but as a gateway to clarity and purpose. Memento Mori clears the mind of distractions and focuses us intently on living virtuously. Marcus Aurelius wrote that awareness of mortality allows us to live undistracted in the present, neither recalling the past nor fearing the future. Now, having explored the origins and significance of Memento Mori in Stoic thought, let us turn to its powerful contemporary relevance. While the Stoic masters are no longer with us, their wisdom points the way to harnessing Memento Mori even today. Reflecting deeply on the inevitability of death can lead to profound shifts in our priorities and perspective. With awareness of mortality, we gain the motivation to live with unyielding intentionality and integrity. Contemplating the reality of our eventual death holds tremendous transformative power if we have the courage to embrace its lessons. Memento Mori may sound morbid, but remembering we will die can illuminate our lives with new meaning and clarity. When we reflect on having limited time left, superficial priorities and petty grievances fade. Why waste fleeting moments upset over insignificant slights or distractions? Memento Mori brings into focus what truly matters, cultivating virtues, strengthening bonds with loved ones, leaving a positive legacy. Awareness of mortality dispels illusions of immortality. It ignites a sense of urgency to live authentically, fully, with presence and purpose. Memento Mori prompts us to ask, if this were my last day on earth, how would I want to spend it? The answer guides us in how to live each moment. By stripping away illusions, Memento Mori leads to setting emotionally intelligent goals. Legacy achievements over fleeting ones, deep connections over shallow, gratitude and forgiveness over grudges. By awakening us to our mortality, Memento Mori forges lives of meaning and wisdom. When we integrate awareness of mortality into our minds, our priorities profoundly shift. Memento Mori strips away the illusion that we have endless time ahead of us. We begin to discern what is essential versus superficial. Relationships take on special urgency and importance. Memento Mori prompts us to mend broken bonds, show compassion generously, and express our love daily. Projects that ignite our passions eclipse pointless busyness. We stop wasting precious time and start investing it with care. Memento Mori also unravels the pettiness and bad habits that thwart growth. When we feel the clock ticking, small slights or quarrels seem laughably trivial. We lose patience for procrastination or wishful thinking. We want to seize each day fully. With death staring us in the face, we cannot cling to anger, resentment, or laziness. Memento Mori infuses our short lives with a sense of profound purpose. We nurture our best selves, accomplish meaningful goals, and uplift others before our transient time is up. Memento Mori, when embraced fully, becomes an engine for living with authenticity, presence, and passion. The awareness of mortality strips away distractions, vanities, and trivialities that dilute our brief time on earth. It empowers us to seize each moment purposefully. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Let death hang over every thought and action." Integrating this Stoic practice into our daily lives yields tremendous focus and urgency. Here are actionable steps for harnessing Memento Mori. Set aside time each morning for reflection on the day ahead. Imagine it was your last sunrise. How would you wish to spend it? Let this guide your priorities. Keep mortality top of mind as you go through mundane moments. Chores, commute, exercise. Ask yourself, if I died tonight, would I regret how I spent this time? When faced with conflicts, recall how fleeting life is. Let go of petty squabbles and grudges. Instead, pursue understanding and connection. Meditate before bed on the day's blessings. Feel profound gratitude for having lived another day fully. Dedicate tomorrow to self-improvement and serving others. Memento Mori infuses our limited time with passion and purpose. By integrating it into daily practice, we live virtuously, authentically, without regret. The clock is always ticking. Let us use each moment wisely. Remembering mortality with discipline creates urgency to live virtuously. We realize how suddenly life's window can close. Memento Mori inspires us to look inward, evolve, mend bonds, and uplift others without delay. Setting aside time to contemplate impermanence is powerful medicine. Our lives blossom with clarity and meaning. The transformative insights of Memento Mori must not remain theoretical. We must put them into daily practice through bold action. Here is your challenge. Set aside time this week for an unflinching look within. Identify what truly matters most to you, your values, priorities, legacy. Envision how you would live each day if you had 1 year left. Write down the wisdom uncovered. Let this list be your North Star, the guide you refuse to lose sight of. At each day's end, review it and check if you lived true to your values. Make course corrections immediately when you stray. Our time is fleeting. Waste no more of it. Proceed with passion, presence, gratitude. Seize each moment as if it were your last. Memento Mori's power comes alive through action. Have the courage to act upon your mortality-inspired wisdom. Make it your living truth every single day.